Yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Jonathan Hoffman Blogs here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like, comment down below, and subscribe for all notifications here on my channel. Once again guys, welcome back to J.H.B. and welcome to another Let's Talk edition here on Jonathan Hoffman Blogs. So today the very first thing that we are going to talk about is the some shout-outs here. Sorry, I had to look at my schedule. So the very first thing we're going to talk about here today, I want to give my shout-outs and condolences and prayers to the people of the Bahamas. I know right now you guys are experiencing a very, very hard time right now, but I am praying for you right now, and I am just going to have you. I've been having you on my thoughts for quite a few weeks. Well, at least for a week now, and all that. So I'm just going to pray for you guys. So if you guys don't mind here, I'm just going to take a moment here just to have a little moment of silence. And also, I know this week was 9/11, so I'm also going to have a little bit of a silent moment here for a sec. So if you all would join me for just to pray for the people of the Bahamas and for the bomb victims of 9/11. Alright, okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to the next subject. Okay guys, now to get into our next subject here today, our very next subject that we are going to get into is discussing news for J.H.B. versus everyone and all that. So what I'm thinking about right now currently is trying to figure out when exactly we're going to have our next episode for J.H.B. versus everyone. Currently right now, I'm just trying to see exactly when will be next time I could get the guys together so we can get that done. So there'll be more updates, but to give at least a little details on some of the stuff for J.H.B. versus everyone, as you guys if you guys do not are aware, Big James is the current J.H.B. versus everyone champion as of right now, and I think you guys are wondering if you guys are. Excuse me again. You guys are probably wondering, so how long will the title reigns last? Or are they going to count by weeks or episodes? How is that going to work? So what I'm thinking is currently right now, at least for right now, I will count it for days right now. I mean, right now it's not looking like I should probably do that, but at least for right now until I get an actual confirmation and all that. So maybe, but now that I think about it, maybe it should at least last by episodes at least. So probably, yeah, so we'll figure that out and all that. And so when I do upload actually the next J.H.B. versus everyone, I will have those details confirmed whenever I do that. So that way you guys will know exactly how the title reign, how long it will last. So for the amount of days or episodes or whatever. So other than that, let's move on to our next subject. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, now that we fix that, our next subject we are going to get into is discussing some video game stuff. So, if you guys are not aware, yes, I actually just got NBA 2K20 over a week ago. And should I say, a really great My Career story. I just loved the story for Che and how his journey was to the NBA. In My Career and the cutscenes, man, it was just absolutely, I think, a really great story. I like the ups and the downs. It was just very, very odd and something you probably wouldn't see that often, even in real life. So, shout out to LeBron James and his partners. I'm creating a very good My Career and all that, and it was just an absolute great story. Also, hopefully I want to think about maybe doing some more Fortnite gameplay soon, and all that, so hopefully you guys we can probably do that again. And also to add on to something here on my schedule that I did not put on is maybe doing a few giveaways, maybe for like some gift cards or something like that, so we will probably discuss more about that whenever I get the full details. But other than that, let's move on to our next subject. And again, that was unplanned. But anyway, once again, let's move on to the next subject. Alright guys, so now we're going to get into our last subject here today. We are going to discuss some wrestling news here today. So, today, sorry, that's my Nintendo Switch in the background. Hold on one sec, guys. There we go. So we're going to discuss some Clash of Champions this Sunday on the WWE Network. Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, or the Queen City. So I'm going to go through the match card real quick, and I'm going to give my predictions on who will win the matches for the championships and for whatever else is scheduled. So, our first matchup will be for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak, the champion, will face Roberto Carlo versus Lince Dorado. In my opinion, I feel Drew Gulak's been having a lot of momentum as the champ. Not really been seeing a lot from Lince Dorado and Roberto Carlo. So I'm going to go with Drew Gulak will retain the Cruiserweight Championship this Sunday at Clash of Champions. So, next matchup for the United States Championship, and please forgive me. Sorry, a little issue there. For the U.S. Championship, AJ Styles will face Cedric Alexander. So, AJ Styles, the champ, versus the challenger, Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander having a lot of momentum coming out of the King of the Ring tournament. Cedric, I've been loving his performances. I feel he's been working very hard in that ring. He's been telling a lot of good stories, and he's been just kind of been getting me up a little bit. So in my opinion, I feel that Cedric Alexander, probably some of the stuff from the OC will probably come into play, but I feel that Cedric Alexander is finally going to break down the ceiling and get back on track and win his second championship in the WWE. As you guys are aware, he's a former Cruiserweight champion, winning at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. So I'm predicting we will have a new United States champion and Cedric Alexander this Sunday. So for our next match, one second. For our next matchup will be for the Intercontinental Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura, the champ, facing the challenger, the former 8-time Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. So, as you are aware, Shinsuke Nakamura, a former United States champion as well, but now the Intercontinental Champion. He's been having a pretty gosh darn good career. But The Miz, I believe one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions ever, a 8-time Intercontinental Champion, only one more reign, and he will tie Chris Jericho for 9 WWE Intercontinental titles. But as you guys are aware now, Chris Jericho is a 10-time Intercontinental Champion, 9 times in the WWE, 1 time in the IWGP in Japan. So currently in professional wrestling history books, Chris Jericho is a 10-time Intercontinental Champion and all that. If you would count that, but in 9 times, that's the record for WWE and all that. So, but if he does break that record, he'll tie Chris Jericho in professional wrestling for Intercontinental title reigns. But for my prediction, The Miz has been having quite a good little bit of momentum. He defeated, this past Tuesday, who did he defeat? Was it Sami Zayn? No, it wasn't Sami. It was somebody else, but he had some momentum in a matchup he won against this past Tuesday night. So, in my opinion, I feel The Miz will win the Intercontinental title for the 9th time in the WWE. So, that's my prediction for the Intercontinental title match. Ugh. That was so itchy. Okay, so for our next matchup, for the SmackDown Tag Team Titles of the World, put a little extra old school there, we have the champs Big E and Xavier Woods facing off against the Revival, the top guys, in their minds, or what they're called. The Revival have been having a lot of momentum alongside Randy Orton, being able to take out the New Day as a group, as a full unit. Been having a lot of good momentum. I haven't really been seeing a lot from Big E and Xavier Woods, really. Haven't been seeing a lot. But I think that somehow Big E and Xavier Woods will retain the championship. So I'm predicting for the SmackDown Tag Team titles that the champs will retain. Xavier and Big E will retain the championships. Our next matchup for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, we have the champs Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Fire and Desire, if I said that correctly. It's Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Been liking what I've been seeing from Alexa and Nikki. I mean, so far, for what I've seen, people doubted their friendship and if they could function as a team. And so far, I've been seeing that they have been able to. They've been defending the titles a lot more than the Iconics, I can tell you that much. So what I'm predicting is that Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross will retain the titles because they had a good momentum showing this past Tuesday night on SmackDown with Nikki Cross defeating Mandy Rose. So I'm predicting the champions will retain their championships. So Alexa and Nikki Cross are my prediction winner for them to retain. So our next matchup for the Raw Tag Team Championships, we have Seth Rollins, the one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions and Universal Champ, and his partner Braun Strowman, the other half of the Tag Team Champs, against Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Sorry. This matchup, I'm thinking, I'm just really impressed with how Dolph and Robert won that tag team gauntlet match to get this opportunity. I just love how their chemistry in the ring was very, very, very good in my opinion. Seth and Braun, once again, they have momentum, looks like, on their side, but what I've seen with all the teasing of one of them trying to turn on each other, getting into their matchup. So, I'm going to say that somehow, some way, they're going to turn on each other, and I think we'll have new Raw Tag Team Champions. I think Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode will somehow find a way to beat them. So, I'm predicting new Raw Tag Team Champs. So, our next matchup for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley, the current champion, will face Charlotte Flair, the hometown girl. I've been a little bit curious of this new side of Bayley. I mean, it's like slowly she's putting into this new heel stuff after attacking Becky Lynch with a steel chair a few weeks ago. But Charlotte not been seeing a whole lot from her, but Bayley has some momentum on her side. So this is a little bit tough. I mean, this will be really tough, but this is going to be quite a toughie. So I am predicting. I'm going to go with my gut here, but I think Charlotte Flair is going to win for the 10th time. I predict Charlotte Flair will win her 10th Women's Championship. And obviously she has the most title reigns in history in the WWE with 9 currently. And I predict that Sunday will make it magic number double 10, if you know what I mean. So, perfect 10. Woo-hoo. Diamond cutter. Woo. Okay, so for our next match will be Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan. This matchup this past Tuesday night was all now just made no disqualification. So anything goes, no counts, no disqualifications, but pinfalls and submissions must occur inside the ring. So, I mean, Eric Rowan's been having a lot of momentum. Now they're finally breaking away from Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns been fighting back, but Eric Rowan's been having quite a good momentum. But I'm not going to say he's probably going to win. I think Roman Reigns will get his retribution, and he will somehow beat Eric Rowan this Sunday. So Roman Reigns is my prediction to win in that matchup. Our next match for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston, the champion, will face Randy Orton. And my prediction, this is a really long history. Even this past Tuesday night, right in Madison Square Garden for the second straight time, Kofi Kingston jumping off the stairs or the whatever you call that thing, and once again putting Randy Orton, driving Randy Orton through a table. I mean, Randy Orton mostly has been taking out his brothers and all that with the revival. But Kofi Kingston this past Tuesday night proving that he can match the intensity and he can get pretty aggressive. So this is going to be a little tough. But I think Kofi Kingston is going to retain the WWE Championship this Sunday. So Kofi Kingston is my prediction, and I believe he will retain the championship at Clash of Champions. Alright, next match. For the Raw Women's title, we have Becky Lynch, the man, versus the newly returned, fresh, blue-haired Sasha Banks. I mean, when Sasha Banks came back, I'm like, woo, wow. So this is interesting. When she brought out that blue hair, I'm like, wow. I mean, Sasha Banks is even now more aggressive than ever. I mean, in my opinion, like I said in the previous Let's Talks that I've talked about, I think Sasha Banks is probably better as a heel because she's more aggressive and she has a more like vicious side and saying I do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it and all that. So this is a really tough match, man, because Sasha Banks is literally just coming back. But I'm not sure if I would probably have Sasha Banks, even with this momentum that she's had. I'm not sure if I'd probably put her as a champion because she literally just came back, and Becky Lynch has obviously been around longer. I mean, before she came back, we haven't seen her since WrestleMania 35, and supposedly people have been saying she took her ball and went home because of the losing the women's tag team titles. So I'm predicting the man Becky Lynch will retain the championship. So, because obviously I just think I don't know if I could really put trust on Sasha after pretty much ending home and all that. Or this probably she did the right thing. Probably let probably the management know that she didn't want to. She just wanted to go home. So, all right, heading into the main event of Clash of Champions, we have the two tag team partners, the Raw Tag Team Champions currently as of right now. Seth Rollins will defend the Universal title against Braun Strowman, and literally, I already know who I'm going with. I don't even need to think about this. I'm predicting Braun Strowman will finally get that world title run, man. I mean, this guy deserves it, man. I mean, this guy is just, he's been looking so good as a big, strong guy. I mean, tipping over trucks, limousines, I mean, ambulances. I mean, you freaking name it, man. I mean, how does that not put in the management's and creative's eyes that Strowman deserves a world title run? So I am predicting that Braun Strowman will win the Universal Championship this Sunday. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for today. Thank you so much Thank you so much. Make sure you like, comment down below, and subscribe for all notifications here on my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another Let's Talk edition here on Jonathan Hoffman Blogs. This is J.H.B. signing off for now. See you next time.